Hey everybody, MRL here with another top 10 Binding of Isaac item countdown. Today we're going to go over what I think are the top 10 activated items. I'm going to warn you now, this video may contain spoilers for items you may not have unlocked yet, and I also discuss on how to unlock them. There are a bunch of different activated items in this game, and choosing just 10 is really hard. I'm going to steer away from any items for any characters, including unlocks, to try and narrow down my list. Most of these items have a charge bar that gets filled once you clear a room with enemies in it. One nice thing is, the larger rooms fill 2 charges. Some take longer to charge, but the outcomes are worth it. There are some items that will help you get your items charged faster, and grabbing them can really benefit your run, but we'll talk about those items another time. Alright, let's get to it. Number 1. Teleport 2.0. Beam me up, Scotty! Teleport with a purpose. This item can be great for accessing areas you wouldn't otherwise get to. For example, if you get through a floor and you haven't gotten a demon or angel room yet, after you've cleared the entire floor, using this item will teleport you there. The more of the map you uncover, the more refined the teleport is. And if you happen to use it after your devil or angel room, you get to the I am error room. This activated item is the only way I know to guarantee an I am error room, and those can be super handy. Number 2. Guppys Head. We've discussed some reasons on why pieces of Guppy are so important in past videos, but as an activated item, this one room recharge is really useful. Using Guppy's Head spawns 2 to 4 blue flies that seek out and damage enemies. If you have a high damaging run, you can take out the enemies before your flies, and thus creating an army of flies for your disposal. The flies do a pretty decent amount of damage, so having some before the boss fight can really help you out. It's really good during challenge rooms, as clearing a wave of enemies recharges Guppy's Head as well. Getting the Guppy transformation can really beef up a run, so I recommend at least picking it up for a second, even if you don't want to keep it. Number 3. Diplopia. Double vision. That was terrible. Anyways, one of the first things you might notice about this item is that there's actually no charge bar. It's a one-use item, but it's extremely useful. Using Diplopia doubles every pickup and pedestal item in the current room. Activating it in a store spawns a copy of every item, but with no cost on the newly spawned items. This is useful if you don't have a lot of money on your run or you just want to take some extra stuff. The same effect happens in devil and angel rooms. Taking an item spawned in a devil room will not cause you to make a deal with a devil, which is really nice workaround if you're trying to get into an angel room. If multiple items are in an angel room, you can take all the newly spawned items without having to worry about them disappearing. Taking one of the originally spawned items will cause the rest of the original items to disappear like normal. These tricks are really handy to get you a really good boost in power. Number 4. Eden's Soul. Now, Eden's Soul starts out with no charge at all, but there's a very good reason for this. This item also takes a whole whopping 12 rooms to charge this bad boy up. Once it's charged, activating this item will spawn 2 items of the current room's item pool. Finding a little battery will fill this guy right up. The downside is, it's a one-use item. Once you activate it, it disappears. Still, it's not a bad price to pay. Use it in the right room, and you can get 2 free devil items, or 2 free angel items. So use wisely, the fate of your run depends on it. Getting stuff for free is always a good thing. This item is pretty tough to unlock. To unlock this item, you have to defeat Delirium as Eden. Eden can have an advantage from the start with her random starts. Number 5. Telekinesis. I've always wanted to move things with my mind. Instead of charging when you beat a room, once used, this item will start recharging again. Activating this item for a couple seconds, any shots enemies fired at Isaac will stop in front of him, Neo style. Once the time is up, all the shots are fired back as tears at the enemies. The tears are at fixed damage, so any damage up items won't affect how much they do. Stopping incoming damage is a hell of a lot as it is. If you're crafty, you might be able to sneak the damage into enemies before the time runs out, though they won't do any further damage once they're fired back. Still not a bad strategy if you need a quick out. This item is unlocked by taking no damage in Chapter 2. Number 6. How to jump. Whee! Like the Diplopia, this item does not have a charge bar at all, but upon use this one won't disappear. Activating How to Jump, Isaac leaps in the direction he is headed. The faster you move, the farther you jump. This item is very useful for collecting items behind rocks, over pits, and spikes. Not only that, when Isaac is in the air, he takes no damage from enemies or enemy shots. This is a nice way to get out of a bind, as you can just jump your way out of everything. Just watch where you're headed, or else you might end up hopping right onto an enemy. This item is also part of the transformation Bookworm. Number 7. Tear Detonator. The Blue Boombox. Instead of pumping tunes, this boombox causes all of Isaac's tears that are currently in the air to split into 6 additional tears, keeping all damage and speed. Any items that cause Isaac to have different tears have a chance to fire from each tear burst. There are a ton of synergies for this item, and some can be extremely deadly. Activating Tear Detonator with Epicac causes 6 more exploding shots in all directions, which can be pretty deadly. Grabbing something like Pyromaniac on that run would stop all the damage and actually heal you from the explosive shots. Number 8. White Pony. This item is actually kind of a unique activated item. Once picked up, Isaac gains a small speed boost to a certain point and gains flight passively. That alone is worth picking it up. Not many activated items give you a passive effect when you pick it up. A pony does this as well. White Pony, on the other hand, gains another bonus. Activating either pony causes Isaac to dash in whatever direction the pony is facing, dealing damage and giving Isaac invulnerability along the way. White Pony also causes pillars of light to come down from above and damage enemies, much like Crack the Sky. If you decide to drop either pony, Isaac loses the passive flight and the speed boost. Flight is such an advantage to have, and riding a horse's head on a stick makes it a little more fun. Number 9. Book of Revelations. With how many books there are in the game, it's no surprise another one ended up on the list. Activating Book of Revelations will always give Isaac a soul heart, unless of course Isaac happens to have both bars full. Not only that, if used at least once per floor, there's a higher chance of spawning a Harbinger boss in the current floor, which is quite useful if you're trying to make a Super Meat Boy or Super Bandage Girl familiar, as they do a good amount of damage and do as they please. Using this item also increases your chance for a Devil Room on the current floor. Book of Revelations is also a part of the Bookworm transformation. Number 10. Tammys Head. Poor kitty. It's sad that it's a dead cat's head, but the ability is quite nice. Using Tammys Head causes Isaac to shoot 10 tears in a circle surrounding him. The best part though, all the tears copy all damage, effect, and speed of Isaac's shots. Mix this with Brimstone or Dr. Fetus and you'll have a room clearing item that recharges every room. And for my runners up today, I have Pandora's Box, Dad's Key, and Sprinkler. There were a bunch of really good items in this pool, so I didn't have time to add them all. Pandora's Box spawns items or pickups depending on which floor you're on, and is only used once. Dad's Key is great for unlocking any room that Isaac can't get into, including the door to Mega Satan. Sprinkler might come as a bit of a surprise. Sprinkler does what you might think, set down a stationary sprinkler and shoots shots in a circular pattern. There's so many possibilities. I found this item to be very useful throughout the Greed and Greedier mode. Thanks everybody for watching my top 10 activated items video. Check back for more videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to catch me live, I'll be live on twitch.tv/MikeRoguelike. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2 to 5 p.m. and occasionally on the weekends. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you soon.